I didn't go into the Sallie House expecting to be scared. That sounds stupid now, but I'm being honest. I'd spent the last 2 years hunting ghosts with nothing to show for it, but shaky GoPro footage and the occasional temperature drop. So yeah, I thought the Sallie House was just another overhyped legend. Great for clicks and views. That was it. We got there a little after 5 p.m. It was cold, unnaturally so not the weather kind of cold, but the kind that gets into your bones like the air doesn't want you there. The house looked smaller than I expected. Sagging porch, windows like dark eyes, the kind of place that feels abandoned, even though it's not. I remember standing at the threshold thinking, this house doesn't want to be filmed. But I stepped inside anyway. The second we crossed the doorway, it was like walking underwater. Heavy air. My ears popped. The silence was so thick, it almost hummed, like the house was holding its breath. We started in the living room. I panned the camera across old furniture coated in dust, a fireplace blackened with soot, and a shelf of dolls lined up like they'd been waiting. Every single one was facing the door. Mark laughed and said it was probably for tourists, but none of us moved them. Still, a few minutes later, when I looked again, they returned, facing us. Then the first noise came. It was faint, like someone walking upstairs. We all heard it. But when Mark checked the thermal camera, there was no heat signature. Just cold, freezing cold. In one isolated spot right above us, we called out. Nothing. That's when the EMF detector spiked, hard. I remember Mark showing it to me. His hand was shaking. The reader was almost maxed out, even though there were no electronics nearby. Then it died, screen completely black. That had never happened before. Next we moved to the kitchen. The air changed again. Not colder, thicker, harder to breathe, like there was something in it. We found an old child's chair tipped over in the corner, facing the wall. Next to it, in the dust, there were footprints, small ones, bare. They led to the chair and stopped. No footprints coming back out. Layla refused to go near it. I don't blame her. That's when we heard the door slam upstairs. We ran to the base of the staircase. I aimed my camera up. Nothing but pitch black. I swear I saw something move. Just a flash. A leg disappearing behind a door. I called out, but no one answered. My own voice sounded weird in that hallway, like it echoed wrong, like it went deeper into the house than it should have. The nursery was the worst room. We didn't even want to open the door, but we had to. Inside, it was almost untouched. Rocking horse in the corner, stuffed animals on the shelf, a mobile turning slowly, even though the window was shut. But there was no wind, no reason it should move, and the smell. Not rot. It was like mildew and mothballs, maybe, or something even older. Then we saw the crib. Inside was a small doll with its head turned all the way around. Mark thought it was a prop until we noticed the fingernail scratches on the inside of the crib rails. Tiny scratches, like something tried to claw its way out. Layla stepped out of the room. She was crying, whispering prayers. I tried to calm her down, but she just kept saying, "It's not a child. Whatever this is, it is not a child." The basement was next. There was little light, so we went in with night vision. The stairs creaked, and the deeper we went, the harder it was to breathe, like the oxygen had been sucked out. There were chains hanging from the ceiling down there. Actual chains, not props. My mind scrambled trying to remember if I had seen this in other YouTube videos I had watched about the Sallie House. I couldn't recall. In one corner, we observed something that was half buried. A shoe. A kid's shoe. Odd, I thought. We all looked at each other confused. And then we saw something creepy on the basement wall, scratched into the plaster in frantic lines. "She won't let us leave." I remember backing away from the wall, and something behind me touched my neck. I turned fast. No one was there, but I swear the air felt like breath, hot and fast and right on my skin. We gathered more evidence and then regrouped in the hallway. Everyone was quiet. Mark finally said it out loud. We should go. But I said no. This was it. This was what we came for. If we left now, we'd miss it. The real stuff always happens when you push through the fear. That's what I told myself, so I said it. Let's split up. 1 floor each, just for an hour. Layla begged me not to, but I was so sure this would be the footage that got us famous, so we split. Layla went back to the nursery. She carried a recorder with her. I listened to it later when I found it laying on the floor only once. First it was just her breathing, then footsteps, then whispering, not hers. Then she screamed. And then something sang, a lullaby. I've never heard that song before, and I hope I never do again. Her body was never found. Mark went back down to the basement. His camera kept recording, but only static. Every few seconds, a frame of him showed up, standing still, then shaking, then gone, just empty basement. Then the static stopped, for 1 second, and I swear to God. The frame showed him staring into the camera, eyes black, mouth stretched, his skin wrong, pulled too tight, like it wasn't his. Then the feed cut out. I stayed on the first floor. I didn't even realize the house had gone quiet. I was focused on the old tape recorder we found in the parlor. It looked ancient, covered in dust, but when I picked it up, it turned on. No tape inside, just a voice. You brought them here. Now you stay. I ran. The attic ladder was down, even though no one had touched it. I climbed without thinking. Needed to hide, needed to breathe. But the moment I reached the top, I knew. I wasn't going to leave this house. Because this is where the house keeps you. The attic was small, cramped, just wood and dust and darkness, but I wasn't alone. There were footsteps on the floor below, slow, dragging, then laughter, and I saw them through the cracks in the boards. Mark, Layla, but not them. Not anymore. Behind them was something else. Not a girl, not a ghost. Sallie, but not human, not even close. And I remembered something I never said out loud until now. I dreamed about this house before I ever saw it, and in my dream, she smiled. They found a tape recorder in the attic years later. It still worked. The voice was mine. If you're hearing this, I'm dead. But the house didn't kill me. Not like that. It keeps you. It learns you. It wears you. Don't go looking for me. Don't come here. It wants to be remembered. Then silence. And then laughter.